Hey, how about a fun tutorial on the Roy Lichtenstein girl that I used yesterday as my Halloween costume for my work party? It was really not that difficult and it really is a great dramatic look. So just takes a few little steps and some patience. But let's go through kind of the details of it. So Lichtenstein was a pop artist in the 60s, and everything he did was made up of tiny little dots and pretty bold colors. I'll put a link in the description to some information about him and some visuals so you can kind of see what his art looked like. But essentially, you want to make yourself look like a cartoon, like a graphic kind of illustration of yourself, and then use a bunch of dots to like fill in the colors and things like that. So basically, the look I created was just kind of a hybrid of one of his paintings that I saw. And you can do it in a couple of different ways. I've seen it done with white dots on the face, red dots on the face. So just kind of play it up and have fun. What I wear is like, I picked this just from Target because it's kind of got that dotty graphic look to it. It's black and white. I accessorized with some polka dot tights, really cartoon looking jelly shoes, and then some fun little dotty earrings and some bracelets, like big bangles, big colored, brightly colored bangles. So it's pretty easy. Just grab a couple things from your wardrobe that have dots and bright colors and look really graphic and cartoony and go from there. Okay, I'm not going to do the hair because you can just kind of get a wig or do your hair real puffy and kind of cartoony. You'll see in the after shot what mine turned out to look like. I'm just going to focus on the makeup. So here's what you're going to need. Halloween makeup palette, a couple of different eyeshadow colors, makeup pencils, black and red is what I used, makeup brushes, a couple of different sizes, primer, of course, to make the makeup stick and last longer, some great mascara to lengthen your eyelashes. I also put on fake, really big eyelashes to give it a dramatic look, and powder as a base foundation. Okay, first thing you want to do is outline the facial features that you want to accentuate and make look graphic. I started with the inner portions of my face and moved to the outer portions of my face. So that's half, and I would do kind of the same thing on the other half. And then I'm going to outline the sides of my face, even my ears, a little bit down my neck because I want it really to look like I'm a drawing. I'm going to extend it into my hair because I want it to kind of look like a, you know, if I was drawing myself, I would be drawing the hair as well. So I'm going to kind of add in some right. So then you could even extend that with a little hair dye and kind of put some black streaks to make it look real graphic novel-y. Then you want to do, don't forget your ear. It starts to come alive when you kind of get all those little extra little lines in there. You want to make sure you give yourself a real indented cheekbone. And so before I do that, I'm going to take one of my dark eyeshadows and highlight in there to make it look like, you know, real structured facial feature. So I'm kind of going to do that in my cheek. I'm going to do it up in the kind of brow bone, a little bit of my neck, because I just want to give some shadow and dimension, more dimension to my face. Right, so making myself look a little bit like an exaggerated cartoon of myself. You don't have to be too perfect or precise because you're going to be going over all of this with your dots anyways, but just kind of gives you a feeling of, you know, dimension. Like I said, just kind of giving your face a little extra dimension. See, so I have that. Add in my my cheekbone kind of graphic line over top of the shadowing. So now I've kind of really made this half of my face look like a cartoon, right? Okay, I'm gonna speed ahead, do my eye makeup. In a lot of Lichtenstein's paintings, the girls are crying. That's why I'm going to add some blue tears under my eyes with my costume makeup. And it's great because you don't have to be precise. They're tears. They're gonna kind of make whatever shape they fall into. So I'm actually pretty happy with the way it looks. I would add a little on the other side. I think I'm gonna add just one little tear on my cheekbone. I'm really crying, I'm really sad. So I think that's good. It's kind of wet, so I'm gonna let it dry, and when it dries, I will outline it again with the black eyeliner. I'm gonna work on my eyeshadow, and this kind of free form, I like to put a lot of white and then put a real dark lid just to make it you know, a little bit more dramatic and more kind of in your face. So I'm using kind of like a deep black plum shade along with some white. I'm using white eyeshadow, and then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the white costume makeup just to make it more pop in your face. And maybe first, while I'm doing that, I'm going to take the inside of my lip and color it with the red pencil, just to make that look bright. I'll cover it with a lipstick to shine, make some shine, but first just the base layer of the red lip liner. Gets kind of cakey, so put it on lightly and go over it in a couple layers if you don't feel it's white bright enough, but don't put it on thick because then it'll get real cakey and you won't be able to get a nice smooth coverage with it. You see, I've just kind of gone from the corner all the way to the exterior. I made a little bit of an angle. I'm going to come back in with my dark shade on the lid and some eyeliner. I got a little in my eyebrow, so I'll come back at the end and kind of touch all that up, but I'm just putting the makeup in the general places that I want it, and then I can kind of fine tune the lines and the edges at the end, but just getting it kind of in general in the place that it's going to be. So I'm going to go in with my dark, really plum eyeshadow. This is what I used for my cheek. I'm just going to put it on the lids of my eyes and make a real big kind of smoky eye look. So you can see the difference. I think the blue under my eye is almost dry, so I'm going to go ahead and outline the shape of the tears. You can see I'm not getting exact, but I'm going to go back in with my blue and fill in. I'm just kind of making the general outline. I'm kind of not even going to fill in the whole thing. I'm just kind of giving it a little, you know, you don't have to have your lines connect. You can just kind of free form and fill them in as you feel like is necessary. I'm also going to line the bottom of my eye in a minute here. And then I'll add in a little white to give it that extra little highlight. And now the key to this look are the dots. And so all I'm going to do now is kind of just fill in what's left on my face with dots. I'm going to use the back end of a makeup brush. I find that that just makes it really easy to dip in the paint or the makeup and dot on your face. I've done this with red and white dots. I think you could do just about anything you wanted. Be creative with it. Just for the sake of what I've got white in front of me, I'm just going to use white, but I'm going to take the makeup and I'm going to dip the back end of my brush in there. Just get it really nice and gloopy, if you can see that. And then you're just going to make little dots, okay? And I just kind of offset them. I don't want to line them up evenly. I just want to offset kind of like they would be on a dice or something. If you get a dot where it doesn't really show up, just go over it again. So there you go. And then I'm just gonna, you fill the whole thing in. And then at the end, get your red lipstick, fill in your lip again. And then if you want, you can even add a little white, you know, highlight to your lip to make it even that much more cartoony. So imagine if you fill all this in, don't forget to fill in a little bit of the dots on your neck. You want it kind of create the look going throughout, and then accessorize with all your fun dotted clothing, accessories, put on your jewelry, your little dotted jewelry. And then I just puffed up my hair really huge, made it kind of flowy and puffy. I threw a little flower in it. You could, I saw some cute cartoon bubbles where people did little cartoon thought bubbles with something funny on it. So it's a really easy way. It just takes a little patience to fill it in, but it's a great fun costume. So take a look at the finished look.